fight's far from over. WHO says more than 136,000 cases were reported Sunday. That's the most in a single day so far.
As states, all 50 of them, have reopened to some degree, we're already seeing data about a resurgence of coronavirus infections, up in 19 states. How concerning is this to healthcare professionals, health experts, and what does it mean for reopening? Does it mean that it's happening too quickly?
Some states are now reopening, like New Jersey.
We've seen this again and again, okay? Something else that we cannot deny. Voters forced to choose between their health and their vote in Wisconsin's primary in April when Republicans won their fight to keep the election from being postponed.
The more you get people together, the more cases you're going to see, especially when they're not carefully socially distancing.
We want, as much as anything, for social justice to take the center stage, because poverty, racism, they are actually bigger killers than coronavirus by the statistics. So this is the right thing to do.
Harmeet, those are the same folks screaming about science these last few months are throwing logic completely out the window. So now COVID's really, that was kind of an avenue to what we're seeing in some of these responses.
Oh, I mean, Laura, I'm getting whiplash. I'm sure you are, too. But, I thought COVID was the biggest killer, big enough for us to shut down the economy. But apparently social justice is now as well.
I was out with other physicians and nurses in Seattle over the weekend where we had a Doctors for Justice march. And what were we doing? We were passing out masks. We're making sure if you didn't have a mask and you had a megaphone, you were protected. I will say, we should all be expected that cases are going to rise.
Well, so much for social distancing. This weekend, we saw massive crowds gather nationwide protesting the death of George Floyd. And despite weeks of warning people about the dangers of not keeping 6 feet apart, public health officials are now saying social justice matters more than social distancing and are actually encouraging people to join protests.
The politicians lied to us. You now realize that as long as your political views are shared by the media, you can do just about anything.
Top infectious disease expert now describing the virus as his worst nightmare, and he's warning the outbreak is far from over, with the number of active cases still not dropping. NBC's Tom Costello has the details. Tom, the experts are concerned. We've seen a rise in cases in many places around the country.